If you've been to Makkah, you realize that whilst the Salat is ongoing, there are a group of people or group of security men that are walking around and making sure that everything is on point. These people are the Aramean police forces. You see, brothers and sisters, the question that most of you ask is, why don't they join the congregation? Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, Inna salata kanat ala al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. And I understand that some of you will feel like they are doing that on purpose, and some will even say it is a pass on their end. But then, before we answer this question, we need to visit history and understand something that happened in 1979. So, brothers and sisters, stay tuned and don't go far.
صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
In the year 1979, the masjid was taken hostage by a group of militants, and this group of militants were led by a man called Juhayman al-Utaibi, who was once a national guard to the royal family, but then resigned to continue his education. During this event, thousands of people and pilgrims were captured, imams were captured, and rulers were taken down. This event then went down into history as the Siege of Makkah. In the early 1700s, there was little knowledge about security in the holiest land of Kaaba. As a result, it became easy for the militants to attack the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and take people hostage. Although at that time they had no protectors, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had his own plan, and it came into reality when the French police forces came to the aid of the Saudi National Force to join hands and fight against the militants. But the number of people that were killed before the intervention of the forces was uncountable, brothers and sisters, in Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them Jannatul Firdaus. Since then, the monarch of Saudi Arabia has taken it upon themselves to provide a special force to the holy house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Mecca is a very huge mosque. In fact, it is a country on its own, and as a result, it requires protection as such. So if you can see from this video, there is a security man walking around during the periods, and it is fine because it is part of their job. But the question that you are asking now is, do they pray? And the answer is yes, but they do pray in batches, and sometimes after the main congregation prayer has taken place, but within the same prayer time. You see, the interesting thing, brothers and sisters, is that even with this number of security men touring the house for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there are people who still find their way to cause trouble in the holy house for Allah. Like in 2021, when Sheikh Bandar Balila was giving a sermon in Mecca, a man attempted attack on him but was caught by the security men. Not only that, in March, a man was arrested for brandishing a knife while shouting terrorist slogans in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another person also destroyed the gate of Mecca by ramming his car into the gate during times when the masjid was open. And all this should inform you that though it is the holiest place and the most peaceful place on earth, but then there are people with bad intentions. In the early 2000s, when imams were not escorted by security men, a man attempted attack on Sheikh Abdurrahman Sidais, nearly costing him his life. So you see why imams are now always escorted by the security men, and of course it is for the same reason that the security men cannot be in prayer as part of their job. What happens is that the masjid has a wide number of security men. As a result, when the congregational prayer is ongoing, some security men join the prayer, and then they take badges with those who were on guard whilst the prayer was in session. Once again, we can conclude based on all the evidences that the security men do pray and they do their job very well in order to protect both the visitors and the citizens from harmful people and objects. This brings us to the end of today's video on Did You Know? If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content when we produce them. If you want more people to see this video, consider liking this video. And if you have a question or a suggestion, ask a Muslim or drop it down in the comment section below. With this, I say to brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide you. So pray to Him, for He said in the Quran, Udu'uni astajib lakum. Oh wait, we are starting a new series on this channel. And this series is going to be called Islam in Africa. Now in this series, we are going to be discussing how Islam got to Africa, and also we're mentioning some names in history that actually came to Africa. So, once you are making time to watch this educative content on Did You Know, you have to make time for this series because it is going to be quite a journey. And once again, remember, I am just a young Muslim guy who wants Jannah. Peace.